start something hours. The sweat on my back's got my shirt soaked and sour. And oh, it's already gone. Second night's coming and I'm spinning back around. We're all caught up, can't hear or feel a sound. And oh, it's already gone. And here comes the feeling when you don't got nothing and all you want to do is get up and start running. You can't hide long cause you know it's gonna start up again. Here's one thing that I know for certain, this life's too short to be worrying about you hurting for long. Oh, it's already gone. Got time but money's not something that's free. Since the roll of the dice never rolls back to me. And oh, it's already gone. A bird in my hand, two cans in the other, start spinning around. Now here comes another. And
oh, it's already gone.
And here comes the feeling when you
Don't got nothing.
all you want to do is get up.
Stop running. What's up, boys? We are live, and I'm super excited. I'm bringing in my boys from Third and Teal. These are my boys. I'm ready to go. I wanted to jump on their channel. I wanted to jump on theirs and bring everyone over, but I think it's going to work out to where they come over to here, which is fine with me. But I'm super excited because we're going to get some more Jags talking tonight. Just got done with Club Jaguar. It is what it is. Super excited about that. Listen, the question that we're wondering now is this team like for real? Like, because we're about to play the Chiefs. We're about to get a real litmus test of who the Jags really are. So I'm just waiting for Third and Teal to join. Again, I feel kind of bad because I was trying to jump on their channel and I wanted to just bring everyone over to theirs. So we're going to have to help them out a lot when they get here. We're going to have to help them out a lot, but I'm going to get their comments. I love every single one of them. They are so good. They do not get enough attention. And you know what? We're all here to bring everyone up. So tonight's show is all about, are the Jags for real? And like, if they're going to be for real, what are they going to have to do to prove it to y'all? Obviously beat the Chiefs. Here's like a little subsequential question. Hypothetical. If they lose to the Chiefs, what will you need to see out of those people? What you need to see? Like, if they lose, and again, I don't want to talk about losing, but like, what will you need to see to be like, all right, this is a real team? Because I was just on Club Jaguar, and like, they asked me like, who I think is going to win the game. This game is going to be a super insane coin flip to me. It's going to be, I can see it going either way. Patrick Mahomes kind of has our number. They're a good team. They're a well-coached team. And like, what are they going to have to do for that? All right, so I'm bringing in the boys. The boys. Let's go. Hey, and listen, boys, I wanted to be full transparency.
Yeah.
This might have been a miscommunication on my part. I was trying to get over on your show, and then I was going to stream it on mine and then in mine and bring everyone over to yours. But I think this will work just as well.
Yeah.
Because I love what you guys do. I've been on your show before. You guys are awesome. Third and Teal. Okay. Where can they find you? And again, I'll just prerequisite this with this. You were easy to find on YouTube. You were hard to find on Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
So how can they find you? How can people find you?
Yeah, so the Twitter presence is not really there right now. I just like to shitpost, if you will, Jaguars content, for lack of a better term. Third and Teal, though, YouTube is really the best. We do have a TikTok. Haven't been posting as much on TikTok and Instagram here lately. Third and Teal is the best place to find us. Hopefully we can get back into some shorts and stuff, but we go live typically every Monday and Thursday. This week's a little bit different, so we're going live tonight and tomorrow night. Trevor got himself a job on the night shift, so we got to work around it.
Trevor's a working man.
He's a working man.
He's a working man now.
Yes,
Trevor, where can we find you? You're not on Twitter? What are you anonymous? Are you a ghost? What are we doing here?
So due to the nature of my work, I do keep a lot of my stuff private because I'll just say, I'm in the business of dealing with people that you wouldn't typically want to deal with. Okay.
That's well
So
said.
I keep a lot of my personal life private, but I will say I do have an Instagram, but mostly what I do is for Third and Teal traffic, I direct everyone to the same YouTube and our Instagram. The reason our TikTok kind of slowed down is I would make original clips. Like I filmed a lot of clips for us that's gotten a crap load of views, but TikTok would copyright challenge me on my original video. And it just became such a hassle to actually I'm putting in 30, 45 minutes per short to edit this and make it the way I want it. And then I go to post it and then it's a 2-day review process. And it's been a pain. So I haven't really found a smooth consensus for like a workaround on that. But
that's good.
I am very active on the Third and Teal socials though. Like everything
all right, well,
we
listen,
have going
everybody
on.
right now, I don't care if you close out of the YouTube video. Don't care.
I can
Go
post a link.
subscribe to Third and Teal right now. They do a great job. I am waiting for Mr. Know-It-All. Mr. Know-It-All is kind of dragging his heels here. And I don't love that. But Isaiah and Trevor do a great job.
We try.
Go subscribe right now. If you guys are cool with this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly through some comments.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna let you guys kind of comment on some of these. Okay.
You mind if I put our link in the chat real quick?
Do it. Absolutely. This is why you're here.
Yeah.
This is for that very reason. Absolutely. Put the link in the chat. Get it all in there. Listen, right here. Everybody right now, these are the boys. Listen, we're all Jags fans.
Yes,
we
sir.
all love talking about the Jags. These guys do it at a high level. So get in there. Again, I apologize. I was not trying to break your show up.
No, you're fine, man.
That was the opposite of what I was trying to do. I do appreciate you guys. So
now I feel underdressed for the occasion.
No, I mean you're good. You're good. You're looking good. You're looking good.
By the way, comeback kid, not to address a comment off topic here, but yes, fire Napier. I think John Gruden might be the move. He said he wants to coach at Florida previously, but we'll see what happens.
I would love John Gruden. All right, I might have to get Travis in here too.
Hey, Travis.
Might have to. I don't know. He's a little sketchy sometimes. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, I follow him on X, and just man, I see his videos all the time, and
he's all right.
That's awesome.
He's all right. Apparently he hates immigrants, but you can ask him about that when he gets here.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know. All right. Jeff says, "Yo, dude, what's up, my dude? Is this the real club? It is the real club. No, go check. No, that's a troll comment. I knew it was a scam. All right. At the after party. All right, I like that. 4-1. All right. So what do y'all think? Are we going 4-1? What do y'all think?
I think so.
Oh
yeah.
Why?
And that's not even Jag
tell me
delusion.
why.
Yeah.
You go first, Isaiah.
Okay, I'll go first. So honestly, the Chiefs cannot stop the run. I think that's pretty prevalent if you're watching them. They're not the same Chiefs defense that we've been used to in the past, and Patrick Mahomes really doesn't have the weapons. I know they had a little bit of a good showing from their second-year player out of Worthy. But gadget plays only get you so far. I think Jacksonville's defense is playing lights out right now for a struggling Mahomes in that offense. And we're a turnover machine right now, man. Until we don't get 3 turnovers, I'm saying we're getting at least 3 turnovers a week. Devin Lloyd is playing out of his mind. Going back to number 0 is the best thing he ever did. And I think ETN's going to have another great day, but I think Tootin's going to get a good amount of yards too.
I like it. All right, Trevor, keep it under 5 minutes. What do you think?
Gotcha.
You go 4-1?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you'll see a lot of play action probably because everyone expects us to run. I think you're going to see something similar to what we did with the Bengals. They show a lot of similar schemes and fronts on defense in Kansas City. I think Trevor had every bit of the ability to take apart that Bengals defense, and he was failed by his receiving core that day. But Travis Etienne's number 3 in the league, rushing yards, number 1 in yards per carry for a reason. We are definitely going to use and abuse that. So I don't see them stopping us at all.
I like it. Shay says back, and this is what we do around here. We just fly through comments. I'm telling you, it's great because you don't have to really give your own take too much. You can just go there. Speaking of people who don't give their own takes, Travis, what's up, man?
Travis.
Speaking of people that don't give their own takes, what do you think? Do you think the Jags go 4-1? I know you're a little bit of a homer, but what do you think?
A little bit of a homer. I mean, I recall someone called me a 49ers fan on my last podcast like an hour ago.
Could have been anybody.
So,
Could have been anybody. That could have been anybody.
Could have been anybody. No, it was
Yes.
you. No, so I actually do think the Jaguars go 4-1. I just put my prediction out on the Duval Dive. We just pre-recorded. So yeah, my final prediction for this game will be a Jaguars victory. Personally.
Okay.
All right. Well, as we bring Eric in here and do the I don't know what the word for 5 is, but quint box here. So everyone go follow Third and Teal. You're probably already following Travis Holmes because he's radio popular, which is wild. All right, Eric. Same question to you. Are the Jags going 4-1? Everyone's saying 4-1. Are you a dissenter? What do you think here? 4-1?
4-1. I do believe they're going 4-1. And the reason why I believe they're going 4-1 because of defense and our running game. I think our running game will be the difference in this one.
All right. So question for the panel. Spagnuolo is great defensive coordinator. He's going to obviously try to take away the run. If he does take away the run, does Trevor have what it takes to air it out? Do the receivers have what it takes to win this game? If we can't establish the run, can we still win this game? Let's go counterclockwise. Travis, do the Jags win this game without a run game?
No, but I don't think they win most of the games without a run game, to be frank. We just did a deep dive. Whatever. I'm not going to get into the details. Check out the Duval Dive on YouTube or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and we're going to talk about it in great detail on Friday. But the gist of it is, if they don't run the ball in the vast majority of the games, they're not going to win, because that's kind of what that's how this thing's built. But also, I don't think they take away the run game because of how the Spagnuolo's defense is built. They're a too high defense, like the San Francisco 49ers. There's the reason that 49ers struggled against the Jaguars run is because Liam Cohen is your mama. And I don't know about your mama, but I know my mama always told me that you don't walk by money that's laying on the ground. If you see money laying on the ground, you pick that up, right? That's what a too high safety look like to this Jacksonville Jaguars organization. If you see too high safety, you run the ball. If you see a guy down on the line, you're going to pass that 9 times out of 10. That's what it is. So I do think because Spag loves to run too high safeties the vast majority of his snaps, Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be able to run him out of that defense, or they're going to just continue taking 4 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards over and over and over.
I like how Travis acts like that his mom runs the show when really his wife runs the show. I like how you just kind of omitted that.
I mean, they're very similar. So it's okay.
Look, I feel
right,
you,
Travis. Eric, if we don't run the ball, can we win this game?
Yeah. But in order to do it, though, it's going to be on Britton Strange. I think he'll be the X factor. I really does. I think he'll be the X factor. If we cannot run the ball, because he's going to be our Travis Kelce. He's going to find them dead spots that's going to keep the ball moving. So, yes, we can win it if we don't have a running game. Some similar to what we've already had. Yes, we can.
All right, Trevor, do you agree with them, or what do you think that's our key to victory?
I think if you look at this defense, not much has changed from their Super Bowl loss, and you saw what happened when they sold out to stop the run there. They can't cover and stop the run at the same time. They're not a multifaceted defense, and they've proven that. So I'll tell you this: I think Brian Thomas Jr. has done just enough to get some of his mojo back. We don't really know, and hey, don't be giving out secrets, man. That's crazy. But I'll tell you.
All right, Isaiah, what do you think? Are you going to break it, or what do you think?
No, so I think we can win this game without a run game. I think similar to the rest of the people. I mean, it's gonna be really hard for them to try and sell out to stop the run without giving up stuff over the top. And also, too, I think Brian Thomas Jr. has put enough together the past 2 weeks to show that I'm not saying he's back. He's definitely not last year's Brian Thomas Jr. yet. But he is at least being more aggressive in catching the ball, staying in bounds. And it's got to be at some point. Cohen is a great passing game guy. I mean, of course, he does great with the run game, but you can only hold Cohen's passing game back for so long. These guys got to catch the ball and move it down the field.
I'm going to disagree with all 4 of y'all because I think y'all may be a little challenged.
Travis said
that's the nicest way I can say it. I think there's no chance this Jaguars teams win without running the ball. There's absolutely no chance. So. I don't think that the Chiefs turn the ball over at a clip that other teams do. I think that's what's made them perennial powerhouse is because they don't turn the ball over. I don't think you can expect this defense to force the turnovers they have been in the last 3 games. So I think that we have to run the ball to win the game. And I think they'll go double tight end set. I think they'll get creative with it. We had 5 different guys run the ball last game. I think we're going to have to run the ball and control the clock because we know the rest won't be on our side. So we definitely have to win the ball. That's my take. That's what I think. Cash Shoots with a $2 sub says, I think we can dog walk the Chiefs if no penalties.
That part right there.
I don't know about dog walk, but I'm kind of with you there. All right, because I know. Listen, I know the analytics. People don't watch this show very often for long periods of time. So people know where Travis is at. So Isaiah, 3rd and Teal. Again, just tell them they're here on the live show. Where can they find you guys? We want them to sub to you. Where can they sub to you?
Yeah, 3rd and Teal on YouTube. Just 3rd N as the letter, and then Teal. That's us. We go live twice a week at least, and we love doing it, man.
So what days do y'all go live in case they have their calendar out?
Yeah, typically, if you're marking the calendar, Mondays and Thursdays. Thursdays are our predictions. Mondays are our reactions. This week, though, we went live a little bit ago, and then we'll be going live tomorrow on our normally scheduled program.
And you have to go sub to them because I hijacked their show unintentionally. Wasn't my plan. But I do love these guys. These guys are awesome. I love watching their shows. I watch Eric in the 1010XL chat all the time. It brings me entertainment while I'm working. He carries the 1010XL chat, so I appreciate that, Eric. Travis, for the people that live under a rock, where can they find you and what do you got going on?
You can follow my writing covering the Jaguars, bigcatcountry.com. And if you're into the Jaguars podcasting space, and you probably are because you're here, then we got the Duval Dive podcast with myself and Kyle Nash with Fans First Sports Network, who also covers the Jaguars. And we just kind of chop it up talking about everything. He's a former offensive lineman. I'm a former DB. So we kind of just talk about both sides of the coin, and he's also a 49ers fan. So this past week was very interesting.
Poor guy.
It made for the live. It made the live reaction after the game a little bit fun because he kind of poked fun at him. Because
I bet.
All right, so Travis is a former DB. I'm a former DB. This got to lead me to the question that I'm worried about. With the Jags not having Trevon Walker, we can all pretend like hopefully he'll be there. He probably won't. So we're looking at him, a plethora of guys at that DN rotational spot. What is the defense like? Xavier Worthy went off about both running back and he was their leading rusher and their leading receiver last week. They dog walked the Ravens, which you can say whatever you want about the Ravens. They're a good team. They beat the Ravens pretty soundly. Patrick Mahomes had 4 touchdowns. We'll start with Isaiah this time. Do you believe this defense will do enough to stop Patrick Mahomes for passing for 4 touchdowns or around that?
I don't think he's going to pass for 4 touchdowns. I think that the defense has been hitting people a lot. I don't think this Worthy really got hit that much in that game. And some guys like Eric Murray don't care about their health and will sell out to get a big hit. But no, I don't think he's going to go for 4. But I do think that we have the opportunity without Walker being there for Pacheco and the other guy's name, Kareem Hunt, to kind of get more yards than they're used to. Because I do think that without Trayvon Walker being there, that side is not going to be sealed off as well as it normally is. But I don't think he's going to go for 4 touchdowns. I don't think he's going to have to.
All right, Trevor, what do you think? You think this defense continues what they're doing, or do you think they take a step back this week against the Chiefs?
I think they continue what they're doing because it's not like they're just getting lucky turnovers. A lot of our turnovers have been forced. They're headhunting the ball, peanut punches. They're always in the right place, right time, eyes on the quarterback. I don't like downplaying what they've done. You know what I mean? Like, they've been very opportunistic, but in created situations, not just hand gift wrap situations. So when I watch our defense against anyone, I feel confident in taking their side no matter what. But you're never going to completely eliminate a phenomenal player like Patrick and his ability to make something out of nothing. So he's definitely going to – he's still going to look probably good, but I don't think we take a step back to say that.
Eric, what do you think?
Okay. Earlier today, I was watching all 22, and I noticed something that really popped out. And I thought about it since Trayvon is May play, may not play. I don't know yet. But Eric Armstead would be the key to that side of the ball. He really would be. He actually plays better on the left side than he does on the right. That's where most of his pressures come from. And I think you'll see him a lot on that side this week. And yeah, if he's over there and he does what he's been doing the last 3 weeks, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
All right, Travis, what's the insiders telling us?
I don't know. I have not talked to anyone, so this is not insider information. This is just what I think, man. And I think that the Baltimore Ravens are not a good defense. I think that was not a great. I think they've been struggling to get healthy, and they were already very limited. They were a top-heavy defense, and now they're limited, and they're a run-first team who couldn't stay in the game. So I want to put that game into context because I think folks are pumping up the Chiefs a little bit right now because of that game, not forgetting that the Ravens, if you can't run the ball, they're in a heap of trouble. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm putting it in that context to then say, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, even without Trevon Walker, still can be reasonably fine. I think that was kind of our first time to see Emmanuel Ogbah actually show something this past game. Like he played 71, I believe, 71 snaps over the first 3 games, and we hadn't seen a pressure from him. And then all of a sudden last week he has 4 pressures, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then you had DeJuan Smoot, who also had he doubled his pressure rate over this past game also. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's the game plan right there. Those 2 guys have to show up in a much larger way for the Jacksonville Jaguars to have any modicum of success against Pat Mahomes, that freaking mutant in the pocket, because pressuring that dude does nothing. I'm sorry. Pressure rate means nothing when playing against Pat Mahomes. You got to actually get this dude down on the ground. So I'm looking at those guys, keeping him in the pocket. I'm looking at Josh Hines-Allen playing like a top guy, not a top 10 guy, a top guy. He needs to be a top 3 edge and actually like put Pat Mahomes on the ground, basically get the sack record. He gets the sack record, the Jacksonville Jaguars win. I think so personally.
All right, well, there's almost 300 people here in the live, and I feel like I misled people because I labeled the show "Are the Jags for Real?" I don't think we've answered that. So let me just go ahead and incentivize the chat. We will put a couple of the comments up here. Are the Jags for real? Like. And I'm going to ask something of y'all. We got Third and Teal in here. We got Travis Holmes in here. I'm going to ask a big favor of y'all. I need y'all to take your teal glasses off. I need y'all to take off your Jags hat, not be homers. Are the Jags a team that can legitimately contend for the AFC and make a run? Like, can they do it? Travis, we'll start with you. Are the Jags a team that can actually do that? What do you think?
Why you start with me? All right.
Probably because you hate Mexican immigrants. That's the reason.
I didn't hear that.
The folks need context. They need context for that because that's a wild bomb you just threw in the room and closed the door. I'm gonna need you to. The gist of it is, me and Jason text all the dang time. So there's a
rumor has it Travis loves ice.
Ridiculous
That's
conversation.
What I heard. Travis loves ice. That's what I heard.
Lord Jesus. All right. I don't even know where were we.
Start over.
All right. Come on. I legitimately forgot the question.
Are the Jags for real? Can they actually make a run this year?
If you believe the Kansas City Chiefs can make a run, then you have to believe the Jaguars have a chance if they can figure out the passing game. As it currently stands, I can't say they're for real when the one part of the game that I have questions on is the most important part of the game in the 2025 NFL season, the passing game. So because of that, I can't say that they're for real right now, but can they be? Sure. I'm from the day one never going to judge them until the bye week. I view them like the 2022 Jacksonville Jaguars or the 2023 Green Bay Packers, or even remotely, I'll actually review them closer to the 2024 Kansas City Chiefs. a team that just looks ugly when you watch their actual games, and then you realize, well, damn, they're in the Super Bowl. How the hell did that happen? Like they just win ugly games, gritty games, and you just like, I don't even know how they pulled that off, but somehow they're there. Not the greatest team roster wise, but they just figured out a way to put it together. That's where I view them right now. So no, they are not Super Bowl ready, and they shouldn't be right now. But I think that they have the opportunity if they can just figure out that passing game part.
Eric, we going to Super Bowl or what?
No, we're not going to the Super Bowl. No, we're not going to the Super Bowl. And I'm going to tell you why we're not going to the Super Bowl. His name is Tyson Campbell. That's why we're not going to the Super Bowl. Because this cat, man, I'm telling, man, this cat, man, you just don't know what you're going to get from him from play to play. It's just like a shot in the dark. You know what I mean? And but honestly, no, we're missing some pieces. And yeah, Tyson Campbell, you know, he had his run. I think it's about time for us to find somebody else on that side, which we already have on the roster. But anyway, no, we're not ready. No.
Trevor, you know it's your turn. What do you got?
Yeah. I'll say this. I don't think any team that goes to the Super Bowl, for the most part, there are some that you know are guaranteed shoo-ins, but most teams aren't ready for the Super Bowl when they get there. The good teams just find a way to win. That's why Travis Kelce being his right-hand man has been so crucial, because even when everything else on that offense in Kansas City fell apart, he still had him. And they just found ways to win ugly games that you just shouldn't have won. Okay? And that's what carries you through. That's what this team has lacked for all these years. We've lacked the ability to win the ugly games and come over top of adversity when it happens early on. We found a way to do that thus far. And I do like Travis's take about the bye week. The bye week tells everything, really, how you come back after a bye, what adjustments you make, and what happens, if your head's still in the game. But we've definitely shown the ability, the fight, and the drive. And I think this team has something we didn't last year. We actually care. Like, these guys genuinely care about what they're putting on the field. And that's obvious in every speech you see, every clip you see. So to say that they're for real or not, you can't say any team is for real or not, because at the beginning of this year, you would have told me that the Ravens were a shoo-in for the AFC Championship game, and look at them now. So that being said, you can never say a team is absolutely a shoo-in, but I think we could definitely be a contender. We can definitely make a push. We made a push in 2017, and no one thought that was going to happen. So it can happen at any moment if you can find a way to win an ugly game.
Isaiah?
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, if we're asking sure we can. I mean, they always say it's not about how hot you get, it's about when you get hot.
True.
I mean, and if we get hot late in the season or we continue our hot streak, sure. But I think that we don't have the pieces to go deep. But I do think we'll at least make the playoffs this year if we continue how we are. But I just don't think this is the year that we go all the way and win the Super Bowl. But I just hope we can keep it up and at least have a good, respectable season and get a couple more pieces. And I think we're there.
I just wanted to one more time again, because people joined the live in middle of the show. We got Third and Teal in here. We got Travis Holmes from Duval Dive, Big Cat Country radio star. Make sure to follow everybody. I'll make sure to tweet out tomorrow everyone's stuff. And here's what people don't realize. And I'm gonna get on a soapbox for like 20 seconds here.
That's how they
everyone always thinks they can talk Jags and talk football, but until you get into a panel with 5 people, you don't realize how difficult it is to talk in sequence for your turn. Like, it's a lot harder than people think. I always encourage people to start YouTube channels, start podcasts, but it is harder than you think. So I got to give mad respect to everyone here. They're doing a great job. This has been a great show so far. I'm going to fly through some comments, and then we'll get back onto the topic at hand. I do have a question for all 4 of you that I'm going to not tell you now because I don't want you to think about it too much, because it's what national media has been talking about, but I'm getting to that in a second. Toyo Taz says unbiased opinion. Yes, the Jags are for real, and a lot of it is due to Liam Cohen, James Gladstone, and company.
Yep. Jeff
Singer says 2 shows in one night. Woohoo! I was on Club Jaguar earlier. It was all right.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right. OM says, "Oh man, what did I just tune into? I was getting Travis on some deep track stuff." David Brooks says Travis. Maybe David's on to something. Yeah, maybe he's on to
All
some
right.
3rd and teal. Yeah, good time. Make sure to subscribe there. With Liam in camp, yes, they need that passing game up a lot more to take over the AFC permanently. Passing game is struggling. We are winning despite Trevor Lawrence, and passing game is not clicking.
Here we
Well,
go.
shit, Jason might have just pulled a Saleh moment. Don't know what that means. I'm not as big as Saleh. I will not fight anybody. Damn, Tyson caught a stray. Talking about Mr. Know-It-all gave
Because
Tyson
he looks like a
Campbell
stray out there. That's the problem.
We are definitely a playoff caliber team at the least. Tyson caught the whole clip. Tyson has been SSA. I don't know what that means. Running game was a Super Bowl with a good defense. Oh, this is Shea. Shea is actually legit.
Yeah.
Jags got to peak in November and December. Don't need to be peaking now. Just keep improving and take the wins any way they come. I think we would all agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's my
legit,
question
yeah.
for y'all. And we'll
That's
start with
legit.
Isaiah here.
Uh-oh.
This is what the national media has been saying, and it's a question I think worthy of Jags content creators.
Okay.
Has Travis Hunter been a disappointment for you, or are you okay with his progression? And again, you got to take your teal colored glasses off.
Yeah.
We did trade 2 first-round picks for this guy that was even more generational than Trevor Lawrence, because he went 2nd overall, but we traded 2 first-round picks for him. Were you expecting to see more out of Travis Hunter, or are you okay with how he's been progressing?
So from what I was very negative about it. Like, I'm in the pre-draft process. I really did not want Travis Hunter. I didn't know how his game would translate. Wasn't like, can he? As of right now, I think based on the compensation, it's okay to say that you're upset with how he's been doing. Me personally, though, I like what I'm seeing. I think he's been playing pretty great on defense. It's kind of been some bad looks on offense, but overall in defense, a lot of his targets are out of his zone, and we're playing really soft zone coverage right now. Overall, though, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I'm kind of taking out the draft perspective, but I definitely understand the media's narrative on it based on how much we gave up for him.
Trevor?
I like the way he's progressing. I'm disappointed with our game plan usage for him. I'd like to see him more, not because of like his play specifically. I'm not upset at his play one way or the other, because I like the way he's electric when he gets the ball in his hand. You can see why you gave what you gave for him, because there's not many guys in the league that can jump in the air, catch a ball, and immediately change direction as soon as their feet touch the grass. There's not many guys in the league that can pull that off at the level he does. So I'm very excited for him. I'm disappointed with our usage of him, not so much the player. So I think I definitely get where they're coming from, though. 2 first picks is a lot when you don't plan to actually use him both ways 100%, like was previously told.
Eric, we're coming to you.
We're 4 games into his goddamn career. Leave that man alone. Hell, let the man learn the damn system. You know what? I'm talking heads on the media, man. You just need to smack them upside their head sometimes, because they have no idea. They're going to talk negative about whatever in Jacksonville because they just don't like Jacksonville. Okay? The bottom line is the man is 4 games in. Are we upset? No, we're not upset, because he's producing like he's being asked. He missed some time in training camp. Okay, so that was a back step for a moment. But the man is doing what he's being asked to do. Forget them. Okay, I'm done.
That was good. I'm just going to say, I agree with all that. I'm just going to say I agree. I'm sure Travis will too, but he'll have some weird take that makes him unique. What you got?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, I will have a weird take that makes me unique, because otherwise I will have no purpose here. But no, man, it's interesting because I agree with everything Eric just said. He basically stated what I would have said, which is you're 4 games into the rookie season while you have a receiver who's learning one of the more complex NFL offenses that everyone acknowledges going into every season under Sean McVay, under Kevin O'Connell, under Liam Cohen. And we're like, hey, well, we don't like the way he's being used. But at the same time, he's not going for the cheap things. And Liam Cohen, if you've listened to his previous presser on Monday, he even stated like there is something that they're not doing. And it seems very purposeful, where they're not going for the cheap touchdowns. They're building on the offensive system and continuing to do that. So later down the line, you see the fruits of that labor. You could just say, all right, Travis Hunter, draw a play in the sand and just go deep. Cool. And you might even get a touchdown. And you'll be happy, Jason, today for that touchdown. But also, we'll be mad about the lack of development that we see from that guy later in week 12 because he still doesn't understand the X's and O's and the nuts and the bolts of the offense. So you got to take it where you can get it. Like either you're going to take the bumps now, you're going to take the bumps later. They're taking the bumps now, and the 24-hour media cycle unfortunately hates that. So that's kind of so. Am I disappointed in where he is now? Well, I guess technically speaking, I don't think there's any other answer to say, but yes. But at the same time, I'm also not dumb enough to actually grade him right now because I know what they're doing. I see the plan at least. Make sense?
It does make
Makes
sense. It
sense.
sounds like you're making me sound like an instant gratification type guy rather than a long-term thinker.
Only because I know you. I know that's exactly what it is, right?
That's a good point, and that's fair. You know what? I'll give Travis that space to make that accurate assessment. A couple comments here, and then I do have a question that's again another tough one for y'all. So get ready. But a couple comments here. If we can stop dropping in stupid penalties on 3rd and short, we can be so good. Let's go. Trevor needs to step it up on Monday night versus the Chiefs. I think we all agree with that. What have you seen so far that makes you so sure about the Jags? I think we kind of all answered that already. Week 2 against Cincy should have thrown 5 touchdowns. I've always wanted Travis to be deployed mainly on defense rather than offense. He needs to just learn one playbook. Let's stick on that for a second. And I kind of want to bounce to Travis and work counterclockwise here. Listen, Travis, you and me both played DB. You played at a higher level than me. I coached it. We're there. Do you buy again? I'll go quick here.
Yeah.
When you play defensive back, you're cover one, you're one high, you're two high. As far as an outside boundary corner, is there more to an NFL defense than just one high, two high? Is there more nuances than that to you?
I mean, sure. Of course there is. I mean, all the combination coverages, but it depends on what college you went to also. Like, depends on what they ran.
I'm not letting you off the hook that easily. When you say combination coverages, I mean, you look at a cloud coverage, you look at a cloud playing the edge, a safety coming down, a cover 6. Is there really that much to it?
I just mean, 6'8". Like, I'm just saying there's more than the basic cover 2, cover 4, cover 3. Like, there's 6'8".
But
there's
not something that Travis wouldn't know going into the NFL, right?
That's the overall point. Like, there's a lot of technique stuff and small stuff that you're not working with as much in the season anyways. Like, so for the most part, what you know is you're going to generally get the defensive side of things pretty early on.
Right.
And at that point, it's just all about the communication with the guys that you're working with back there so that you're all on the same page and how you're going to play things, technique wise and situational like awareness. But outside of that, yeah, you got it pretty much. And I think that's why you asked the question.
That's why I asked it. But this next question is a little tougher, and we'll start with Isaiah here.
Uh-oh.
Devin Lloyd's playing well.
Yes.
Travis Etienne's playing well.
Mm-hmm.
2 guys that are coming up on their 5th-year deal that we didn't pick up we're going to have to either pay them or lose them. Are you in the belief that we could sign both of them, or is there one of those guys, Devin Lloyd, Travis Etienne, you'd rather keep than the other? So
popular opinion on one side of this prior to the season, unpopular now. I'm re-signing Devin Lloyd, and I'm not signing Travis Etienne. I think that LaQuinn Allen and Bashal Tutin have shown me enough that next year, with another year of development and NFL offseason, that they can take up the mantle and we could draft some more people or at least sign somebody in free agency for cheap. But I think Devin Lloyd's playing, lights out football right now. He's showing us what we thought he could do. And now that I said it in the offseason, I was like, what if he switches to number 0 and he's back to number 0? He is playing great football right now. And I don't think that you can afford to lose him. And then we only have another year of Foye, if I'm not mistaken. And he's aging as well. He's not a guy that's going to be here 5 years from now, but Devin Lloyd is, and he can take what he's learned from Foye and instill it in the next generation of linebackers. I'm re-signing Devin Lloyd, and I'm not signing Travis Etienne. I'm
going to stay on Isaiah here for a second, if y'all are cool with this. I'm going to stay with you. Is there a part of you that kind of fears that you're getting a little overhyped in his early game potential and that he is, in fact, the guy that we've seen for the last 4 years? Because the sample size for the last 4 years is much greater than what we've seen through 4 games. Is there a part of you that's worried that he's just kind of playing well through 4 games and he actually is the guy he is for the last 4 years?
So a part of me, yes, but it's a small part. I think that run defense wise, Devin Lloyd is a top run stopping linebacker. He has graded out as one. Graded out, of course, that's subjective. People can say what they want about PFF, but the raw stats are raw stats. He's a great run stopper. He's been top 5, I believe, or top 10 at least the past 2 years. Coverage, though, he's made strides in coverage that I didn't think he could make, and I thought was, in the offseason. And this could just be a product of scheme and a little bit of right place, right time. But genuinely, I think he's shown me enough through 4 years as a run stopper and then progression as a coverage guy that I would be comfortable signing him. But there's always that bit of doubt and worry that if you do sign him and we get a new defensive coordinator because camp is picked up and now we don't have him there anymore, it could always be an issue. But as of right now, I'm okay with signing him. But there's a little bit in the back of my head that says, man, he really sucked in coverage last year. But also our entire defense sucked in coverage last year because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So
Trevor,
I get it.
Trevor, are you trying to re-sign both or is one more valuable than the other?
I definitely can agree with if you have to pick one, I think it has to be Lloyd, just because Bashaw Tootin and LaQuint Allen they're plenty capable. I do believe that as well. But I will say I don't like the way that the league has gotten too cute with this pay one, not the other type stuff. You got 2 guys that are playing phenomenally well. We should presumptively look okay in cap space, make something happen. Like you've shown that you can make deals happen with guys that we were really questionable about paying in the past. Not this regime, of course, but I actually have more faith in this regime to make a good deal work for both parties. So, I mean, I think if you've got the ability, pay them both. Travis Etienne's still plenty young enough. LaQuint Allen and Bashaw Tootin, what is it to give him, I don't know, sign Etienne to a 3-year deal and let them slowly take it over from him instead of just dropping it all on them their second year out? I think you should definitely aim to sign both.
Mr. Know-It-All, tell us it.
Hey, I agree with Trevor. I agree with Trevor. That's all I'm going to say. I agree with Trevor. All right, Travis, your turn. I'm done.
All right, before we get to Travis Holmes, break down what it actually looks like, because I don't know. I'm sure they do. And I know you do. What does it look like realistically for re-signing these guys with other guys? What does it actually look like?
What is it like? Are you asking like what their market value is and all
No,
that?
yes, that, and also other guys that we need to re-sign. What does it look like realistically to you on Devin Lloyd and Etienne, and realistically them being back on the team?
Yeah, there's no one that has to be re-signed as far as that's concerned. Other than
there's Trevon Walker. There's Trevon Walker, who's the elephant in the room, right?
Yes, can be re-signed, but doesn't have to be re-signed.
Okay.
All right, so give us your thoughts. But when we talked about this we talked about this previously. Like, you still have the franchise tag as an option. Like, I know that's not the route to go, but if there's someone who's even moderately concerned about either of these being a flash in the pans or something like that, for fill in the blank reason, you always have that as an option. You wouldn't prefer it, but that's better than just losing the guy for nothing or just letting them kind of go for cheap. So at the end of the day, I think the Devin Lloyd situation, I don't really believe in the whole either or, because the Jacksonville Jaguars have enough cap space that they can do anything they want to do and then some. But if you had to make that decision for fill in the blanks, crazy reason, you're going to probably prioritize the linebacker, in my opinion, than the running back, to everyone else's point with the Bashaw Tootin pick, with the fact that running backs, you can get a great running back in most drafts with the 3rd, 4th round. That just kind of makes sense as far as you building that depth with another running back in next year's draft. Again, they got so many damn middle draft picks that'd be an easy conversation. And honestly, the same thing for the linebacker room. But yeah, I think I actually do believe, unlike the concern you may share, I actually do believe in the play that Devin Lloyd has been putting on tape. And that's not because of my fandom or some other weird reason along those lines. You know me. I criticize guys and then I will see them the next morning. We have to have a conversation about what I saw that made me come to that opinion. And it truly comes down to, hey man, I'm just judging the tape. I'm literally here to interpret what I see on tape. And the tape said this. At the time, it was Devin Lloyd running around contact. It was Devin Lloyd being seemingly lost in coverage. It was Devin Lloyd. Like we had on this podcast, you and I will look at film and say, that ain't it because of this. That ain't it because of this. And we happened multiple podcasts between Andre Sisco and Devin Lloyd. And that it was an ongoing thing. And I'm not seeing that this year. I'm being very clear about that. I'm looking for it. I watched the games 3-4 times and I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing the exact opposite. Him running through guys, not running around guys, running through guys, him finding the right guys and actually baiting quarterbacks on multiple plays in coverage. And it's like, oh no, this dude's new. He's a new dude. And I give him credit for that. On the Duval Dive this week, today, Wednesday, we literally gave him his flowers. We had a whole segment. It's only about Devin Lloyd, giving him his flowers and using film to support it and saying, no, that this dude is different than he was in previous years and he deserves the accolades because my mama always taught me, if your disrespect is loud in public, then your apology needs to be equally loud and in public. So that's what we did.
I actually agree with that so much. There's a couple of guys I feel that way about. Devin Lloyd. Tyson Campbell hasn't been perfect, but he's been better than he has been. But I do want to specifically ask Eric, Mr. Know-It-All, because I haven't heard enough from you. And you know me. I like to hear from you. Devin Lloyd, a tag looks like $25.5 million. Is he a guy that's worth a $25.5 million tag to see if he can do it again?
Hell yeah. The way he's playing right now, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You're damn right he is.
Okay.
I mean, like my man Travis just said, the difference between last year and this year is just lights out, man. I mean, man, when I see Devin Lloyd play now, I get hyped and want to put on the uniform and go play linebacker again. It's just that type of he has this year for some reason. Maybe it's the contracts year or whatever, but whatever he's doing the damn thing. And yeah, I would. Yes, I would.
Can I ask you a question really quick?
Absolutely.
So something I've noticed on film and during the games is just like something I haven't noticed in Jacksonville since that 2017 type style season. I think the Campanile told these guys, and y'all can tell me what you feel about it. Go out there and hit the quarterback. I don't care if it's late, but do it until we get a flag. Because we've hit the quarterback like 3-4 steps after he threw the ball a lot this season and just laid him out. And there hadn't been flags, luckily. But I do think that we are really playing through the whistle, not necessarily through the throw. And they've hit the quarterbacks late a lot this season. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that's
so. I think the better question is what's going to happen when you do that against the Chiefs on Monday Night Football?
That's a great question.
You already know what's
that's why they pay you the big subscribers. You know,
we already know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
let's move on to the Chiefs, and you know what? We got almost 500 people here.
Hell yeah.
You got to stand by your prediction.
Absolutely.
Let's get just hard predictions out of all of you.
Okay.
Let's start with Isaiah. We'll work clockwise.
All right.
What are your predictions for Monday night? What do you think is going to happen?
Do you just want you want stats or like what I think? Or
I want your gut, heart, intuition, feeling. What's going to happen on Monday night?
I think it's going to be an ugly game. I don't think anybody's going to watch this game and say, oh, man, offense, woo. It's going to be an ugly game. I think there's going to be a lot of running the football from both sides. I do think the Jaguars, again, I said they were going to win earlier, and I'm not going to shy away from that now. I think they squeaked this one out, though. I think we might see the return of Cam Little a little bit. I think we've kind of been missing out on him. They said it was windy last week, but the past 2 weeks, they've kind of been not letting him kick those longer field goals. I don't know what's going on with him. But I think this is going to be a three, maybe 6 point win. I don't think it's going to be a big one. I do think Trevor's going to have a better game than people expect him to, because I do think that Spags is going to decide to try and sell out to the run. Because at this point, nobody's like, let's just sit back in coverage and hope they can't run against us. Like, they're going to sell out and try and stop ETN and Tootin. And I think Trevor's going to have a better game than people expect him to.
Trevor?
I completely agree. I think I'm not usually a guy to give like scores. I'm thinking somewhere in the realm of like 31-28 Jags. I think it's going to be close, but these teams have shown that we can put up points in the most bizarre ways too. Like, we've got punt returns, we've got defensive points, we got, we're winning the turnover differential huge in most games. Like I said earlier, I'll say it again. We saw what happened when this Chief defense sells out to the run. They leave the top half of the field. And Trevor's not scared to put the ball on the top half of the field. We've seen him do it time and time again. And quite honestly, I think we do have, even though this year hasn't shown it yet, I think this will be one of the games where our receivers decide to show up. So I predict a 31-28.
Mr. Know-It-All?
Okay, even with a struggling offense, passing offense right now, we still averaging 24 points a game, okay? Now, defense is only allowing around 17, 18 points a game. So here's the thing. It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be ugly, but we're going to get to our 24, and they're going to get to like 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Travis?
I mean, that was literally my score prediction. Not to give it away on BigCatCountry.com, but yeah, that was 24-17 is my exact score prediction. I think this is going to be a messy game. I think both of these teams are gritty, messy teams that just find ways to win. It rarely looks good. It's going to be 10 combined off-target throws between both quarterbacks. You just will see it. And we won't walk away feeling good about it, but we'll walk away feeling good about if it's a victory. Like, it doesn't matter how you get it. We'll argue over why it wasn't perfect on Wednesday, but on Monday, I think everybody will be happy.
I can't wait to go back counterclockwise this way. And I want everyone to go subscribe to Third and Teal YouTube channel and go subscribe to Travis Holmes, Duval Dive, Big Cat Country writer. Travis Holmes is a big time. I'm glad that he's even here. Like, it's hard to even get him to text back nowadays.
You gotta stop it.
Everyone go subscribe to all of them. I'm going to come out here and say something crazy. I think the Jaguars lose. I think the Jaguars lose this game. And I'll say it. I'm a Jaguars YouTuber. I love the Jags more than anybody on earth. I think they lose this game. And I think they bounce back from it incredibly, and they go on to win the AFC South and make a deep playoff run. But I think they lose this game. I think it's a close game. I think that it comes down to the wire. But I think this team is just too young and in their infancy to win this type of game. But by the end of the season, I think that they will win the game. But I'm honest with y'all. I'm a real one with y'all. I think they just dropped this one. But it's not a problem because we go on. I think we beat the Seahawks. I think we beat the Rams. I think we go on and have a great season. But this one on Monday night, I just have a bad feeling about it. I think it's a field goal loss. And you know what? Take it for what it is. It's a 3.5-point spread. I would take the Jags to cover that 3.5-point spread. So I think they lose by a field goal at the end of the game. So Travis, why am I wrong? And why am I the hated one of Jaguars YouTube right now?
I don't think you're wrong. I mean, preseason, I predicted the Jaguars to lose against San Francisco. I predicted them to lose against the Chiefs. I think they're in the bonus area right now. I think if they lose, I said it to Ryan Hacker on 1010 on Tuesday. If they win this game or if they lose this game, I don't think the thought process on who they are changes much, both national media and otherwise, like locally. I think it's exactly the same. I think they're just in the bonus area because no one thought that they would be 3-1 right now heading into the season. And I know expectations change, but at the end of the day, I don't think you're wrong to say you think the Chiefs might win this game. They should. Cool. If you were betting your house on it, I think most people in this room right now would probably say, yeah, I probably bet if I'm betting my livelihood on it, yeah, the Chiefs probably gonna win. Like, that's the smart play to make. But I just think both of these teams are very imperfect. And because both of these teams are more imperfect, we're just giving the edge to the team we've seen win in the messiest ways more consistently, which is the Chiefs. And we hope that the Jaguars can be anything close, just that one step closer to what we hope them to be later in the season. So you're not wrong. You're not a hater. You're just being objective as best you can and saying that the Chiefs are the favorite because objectively they are. Cool.
So, Eric, I picked against you. Why am I wrong?
Because we're playing in Jacksonville. We're at home. The crowd going to be pumped. It's going to be live, and we're going to want it more. Just to prove a point that we can hang with the big boys, the so-called big boys. And it's against Patrick Mahomes. Who can't get hyped to beat up Patrick Mahomes? I mean, really. I know I would, but yeah, that's and we're just gonna show out. That's all it is. That's why you're wrong.
And again, I'll be there. I'll be in the stadium. I'll be cheering every third down, every fourth down. I'll be cheering.
There you go. There you go.
Trevor, why am I wrong? Why is my pick different than yours?
I think your pick's different than mine for a couple of reasons, but
Here we go.
mainly because in years past it's been easy to just say, yeah, the Chiefs win. Because the Chiefs win. That's what they do. That's what makes them a good team. But I think that's why the expectation is so different with this Jacksonville team, is because this team also just wins. To this point so far, even when we've seemed to have shot ourselves in the foot for the last time, they somehow find a way to win. And it's not on some lucky stuff. They're forcing it. They're staying in the game through the final whistle, which is something completely different that we haven't seen from this team in a very long time. And we were able to take it to them in Kansas City just a couple of years ago with a team that was far less talented than the one we currently possess. And a whole different ball game when it comes to coaching in that aspect too. And I just want to hit on something too. The star player, Patrick Mahomes, undeniably one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen. Okay. I think that's not debatable. But Travis himself said, you're going to see 10 combined, like just wild throws. That happens from the great too. Okay. And I think Trevor Lawrence has done a great job commanding this offense. I think he's been smart. I was just talking about this on Third and Teal before we came on. He's been very smart in his decision-making, canning plays, getting us into the right look. I think he's going to recognize – he's been phenomenal at recognizing blitzes. And if they're going to stop the run game, which is really the only chance they have at completely shutting us down, Trevor's going to recognize that. And it's going to be a big opportunity. And I think Eric's absolutely right. This team wants it more. Patrick Mahomes and them have lost uglier games to far worse teams this year already.
All right, Isaiah, why am I wrong?
I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat here because I love putting on my tinfoil hat. The NFL's rigged. But something that has happened throughout Patrick Mahomes' career, and the tinfoil hat is well seated at this point. A lot of adversity, but somehow pulls it out for the harrowing victory at the end. I think that Jacksonville beats them in this game, but Kansas City knocks us out of the playoffs. I said it earlier. I think we go, but we don't win the Super Bowl. I think they beat us here, and then the storyline is the hot Jaguars team go into the playoffs and face against Patrick Mahomes, who they beat earlier in the season. Can Patrick do it? And Patrick does it. I know it hurts, and tinfoil hat off. I mean, I think you're doing the safe bet, and I think that's something again that I mentioned even on our pod. Sorry to bring him up, but the one we do with all 4 AFC South teams about the Colts and the Rams, like. Matthew Stafford is a guy you can never count out. Patrick Mahomes is a guy you can never count out. Like, this is a game where if we go through and beat this, it's like, okay, all the flowers to Jacksonville. You're great. But it's a game where you can never count out the other quarterback, and more than likely it's going to be the one we lose. I think our first loss, like since our last one, is against the Rams. I think that we win this game and Seattle and lose to the Rams. But I surely think that Kansas City beating us in this game is a safe bet, and I don't think it's necessarily wrong. It's hard to take the teal glasses all the way off, man.
I mean, I get it. And like, it's funny because I think the exact opposite of you. I think the Chiefs beat us this week and we beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. That's what I think is going to happen. And maybe my tinfoil hat has not been put on yet, but that is completely fine. But we're at an hour. And again, I got to apologize for hijacking Third and Teals because I watch their show all the time. They do a great job. I watch you guys do a great job of your content. You guys need more followers. You need more subs, which is why I wanted you guys to come on here, slash me, go on yours is my original plan. But I'm glad you're here. So, Isaiah, I feel like you kind of are the more salesman of the YouTube channel. So tell us what you have coming up next and where everyone in the chat and all the viewers that are watching this can subscribe, find you, see you next.
Yeah, so I pitched myself to a couple of nerds who were doing a Texans and a Titans pod that wanted the rest of us, and I made it on. So, you know, I think I could do this too. Third and Teal. We talk about Jaguars football. I think that's pretty obvious. Normally our takes are as chaotic as my background. I've been moving. I've gotten stuff out of storage, and that's okay. But we are not very filtered over there. We say it how it is. We say it how we want to say it and how we think it is. I'm not necessarily going to say we're always 100% accurate or we're not a liar, you know, not a liar, but you know what I mean? We love talking Jaguars football, guys. I mean, I was a season ticket holder for 3 years straight. I dropped them this year, bought a house, got married, a lot of stuff going on. But I drive 5 hours from Pensacola to the game, and I drive 5 hours back, and I go to work the next morning. Like, I'm a very dedicated fan. I was born in St. Augustine, right next door. but I live in Pensacola now. I'm across the state, but goddamn it, I love the Jaguars. Just come watch us, man. We love talking, but of course, we really could not thank Jason enough for this opportunity to come on here and have the opportunity to really just talk with this. Travis Holmes, dude, it's been awesome talking to you too, man. I've been following you on, Twitter and stuff for a long time. I've watched your stuff. I've listened to you, but really just thanks for the opportunity. And if you're looking for a new show, as Coach Couch said it the other day, hello 1000th Jaguars podcast. That's us. He literally tweeted that at me. And I'm proud of it. We love it. And Duval till we die.
Well, let's not hype Travis up too much. He's already a little too big for his britches.
Yeah,
but
I know his stance on immigrants. But
with that being said, Travis, what's your next thing coming up? We know Duval Dive. We know Big Cat Country. But what do you got working on next? I know you're always cooking something. What do you got?
I can't talk about the third thing that I'm cooking right now, so we'll just go with something coming down the pipeline.
That's kind of sketchy. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sketchy.
Good. I like sketchy.
You did say that earlier.
But no, man, you already know where to find me, man. Again, bigcatcountry.com. We'll keep it locked in. I know a lot of folks have their feelings on the old Big Cat Country, and I'm learning that as I spend my time on the Jaguars Reddit boards. But I need folks to understand it's a new Big Cat Country these days. Whole new staff, Gus Logan staff over there have just changed everything up. It looks way different also. So if you're someone who's been banned because you said some wild things in these streets previously, send us a message. Let us know. We'll get you the new credentials. And yeah, it's some really good work that's going on over there at bigcatcountry.com. And also, again, the Duval Dive, Kyle and I, we've been growing this bad boy. I think we literally just started our third year. And it's been great, man. It's been a fun time just talking Jags. I mean, you know me, Jason. Like I love doing this with all of you guys. And this is not in the podcast space of competition. I love helping out anyone if you're willing to do the work and not just be out there just saying any wild thing in the streets. Like have some substance. Like, you know what I mean? Like talk about something based on fact. And as long as that's the kind of conversation we have, we gonna always be good, bro. So I appreciate you all. I thank you guys for allowing me on your time, because this was your time as Jason interrupted your podcast.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair.
Be better, bro. Be better.
Listen,
nice to meet y'all.
Well, listen, Isaiah, Trevor, Eric, Travis, I had a great time tonight. I hope we can do this more often. And this is what it's all about. We're all Jags content creators. Mm-hmm. The people that are in this chat and that follow, and that we're all in this together. Go subscribe to everybody. Like all the videos. I can't thank you guys enough. I love all of you guys. We'll see you guys very soon. We all have our respected channels that will be doing content 24/7. So there's never a lack of Jaguars content. And that's what we're here for, to lift each other up. So let's lift each other up and let's go Jags. Let's go 4-1. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming on. I love y'all. As always, go Jags.
Yeah, man, go Jags.